Miss Inez's Children's House is located here in Bridgeton, and it is also called Tiny Town. If you're a parent and you're looking for a place where your children can be safe while you rest, or your children can be safe while you work, then Miss Inez's Children's House is for you, because it's ran by a woman who has 25 years of experience in taking care of children, but also what some may call a servant's heart, where she serves from a place of humility and selflessness. Everything designed in Miss Inez's Children's House is only designed to please the children. Why did you say, I want to start something that serves parents and their children?
Well, if I go from the beginning, I was a housekeeper at one time, and my hours were different. And I knew that there were people in my community that needed hours, that you could have flex according to how everybody don't work a 9 to 5. So I thought of parents that was looking for the same thing that I was looking for, and that's what sparked the fire.
You're one of 17.
6 brothers, and we had 10 sisters.
What is it like being number 14 amongst 17 siblings?
My older sisters helped take care of me. Their lifestyles were so important, so I really loved that. I had big sisters to look up to.
You grew up on a farm, correct?
We were migrant workers. We used to come up from the South and stay on farms, and we lived in their residence, and we did their crops every year. And we did that, I don't know, I think I was 6 years old when we finally stayed in New Jersey.
So where was your farm in New Jersey?
Well, we worked for different farmers, but my mother and father also had their own fields, and we had pigs, and we had chickens, and we had gardens. Well, we called them fields. So we helped plant stuff in their garden, and that's how we ate during the winter.
What did growing up on a farm teach you or impart in you?
We all had chores, and I was the one that fed the pigs. I would have to feed the pigs every morning before I went to school. Now, I didn't like the chickens, because they, but I fed the pigs. And I remember when you would have little piglets and you would have the big hogs. So I always get the hose, and I would beat the big pigs so the little pigs could eat first. That was my job, and I made sure the babies ate. So I think I always cared for the younger ones that couldn't just get the equal share in life. So I always looked out for kids.
And that same mentality is why she built Tiny Town in the first place, a place just for children, ages 6 and under, and they run their tiny town. They're surrounded by places Miss Inez enjoyed visiting when she was a kid, going into town, like a barbershop, library, and construction sites, encouraging a spirit of entrepreneurship in the babies. When you see a baby, when you see a child, and they're in that very young stage, right? What are the principles that come to mind that you know right away, I'm going to impart these things?
Love and respect and honor. And I like to say, I treat the babies like they're people. I love on them, and if you love them, they'll love you.
How do you handle a little baby that is, for some reason, they just woke up on the wrong side of the bed? For some reason, they came in, you ain't doing anything, but at the same time, they're just hot-tempered. They just, maybe their teeth is growing in a little bit, and they're teething, and it's just like, I don't even want to be held. Don't touch me, but at the same time, they need to be watched over. So what is your approach to that?
Sometimes you have to give the kids their space. And I noticed that if you let them have their time and let them look, and then the music, God gives me, I play certain music at a certain time, and the music calms the spirit. Sure. And then after a while, they'll see, and they'll get over that, and then they'll do it. And then just give them their time. Just keep watching. Say, are you ready yet? Want to come join us? And in time, in my 25 years, I have known that principle to work.
What is the feeling that you want them to feel once they enter here and by the time they leave? Can you describe that for me?
They can come crying, but what I like for them not want to leave when it's over. And I've seen that. I don't want to be here. And then when it's time for the parent to pick them up, they don't want to, I ain't ready, I'm not ready. So that's the feeling that I look for. I don't mind the morning tears, because they all might have a bad day. But when they don't want to leave at the end, my day has been completed, because I knew they liked where they were. And they'll say, we got to go now, I don't want to go. So when I hear that, that makes me feel good, because I know they enjoyed their day.
Now that this exists, what do you hope that it will contribute to the community?
I really believe that I think of the mothers there a lot, and then they could leave their children somewhere safe, and they can have some time to themselves. Maybe they would like to go to the beach, but they want their children safe. In today's time, people are snatching kids, but you got them in a place where okay, I know Miss Inez got them, and they're safe. No one's hanging around, and all you got is staff that's been trained and certified, and you know your kids are going to have a good time. And then you could go somewhere, go shopping or to the supermarket when they don't want to sit in the cart, and you could just enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Yeah, and I think it would help the mothers in the area. Some fathers, because fathers are raising their children now, and they need time to themselves. So I think when you know you got a place, and your children are going to enjoy themselves, and I really think it would make the parents feel better knowing their children are saved.
And they can trust you.
Yeah, and they can trust me and trust God, and I trust God, and I will look at. I love them like they're my own. I have generations of kids. I watch their kids. I don't have any great grands yet, but I got a lot of grandkids where I watch them, and they would bring me their children. Yep. And when I raised little boys, and I had one episode, it made me cry. His girlfriend wanted to take the baby. He said, if you don't take him to Miss Inez, I'm not paying. So she had to bring him because he said, I'm only going to pay Miss Inez for watching my child. So I have grandkids. I call them my grandbabies. Yep. I haven't got any great grand yet, but I got my grands. I got a lot of them.
1243 Bridgeton Millville Pike is where you can find Tiny Town, and Miss Inez says that she treats your children just like people, with love and respect. In Bridgeton, I'm Isaiah Shoel with Follow South Jersey.